Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to Moscow City, almost the center of Moscow. This is definitely the business district of Russia, and behind me is a very interesting store, and it does actually call itself a supermarket, but I want to show you EuroSpar and show you what a Dutch-owned supermarket looks like here in Russia. Where I am here is Moscow City. This is the shop we want to go inside, but I just thought I'd briefly just show you where I am. If anybody has seen other videos on the channel, this is Moscow City. Some people call it New Moscow City. And just have a look as I pan around all of these skyscrapers and very large office towers. And there is some residential apartments in these buildings, but not too many. It is very chilly and cold here today, and I actually wanted to pop in here to get warm as well. I've got my gloves on. It's around about minus 12 Celsius today, and this is a EuroSpar supermarket. Just to give you a quick background of the brand EuroSpar. Now, this is called a supermarket, but for me this is more of a convenience store, mini market, or perhaps some people in the world call them 7-Elevens. This is actually open from 7 a.m. till midnight though, so close enough. The brand itself is actually a Dutch company, and they continue to operate in Russia. They have around about 200 locations throughout the whole country. They have more than 12,000 of them around the world. So perhaps where you live, let me know if you've been to a EuroSpar before. And this place is quite interesting, mostly for the fact that it is very small and very tiny and very cozy. There's even a seating area right here, microwave, so you can have something to eat. What I'll do is I'll go for a bit of a walk around and get out of the way of the heater that's blowing nice warm air in here. EuroSpar, or Spar as they like to be called, have a lot of their own private label products, and it's actually very cheap. And the fact that we're in the very center of Moscow, you can actually get the normal everyday brands, and then they've also got their own private label brands. And the difference, it's actually not that much, but it will make you think twice when you're looking for something or you want something. Now, this particular place here, since I've been here for about 10 minutes, people are streaming in and streaming out very quickly. You can get some fruits and vegetables right here. Pretty much most of the things they're selling in here are what I would consider grab and go items, and things that are easy to eat. I would say a lot of the people that are shopping here are people that work in the office towers. You can get strawberries, minus temperatures outside, and fresh berries and fruit inside. We've even got a couple of different types of mangoes as well. Now, I will say, as I'm walking around, lots of people coming and going very quickly. They've got some chilled champagne right there, some cakes. I'm not too sure if this is meant to be some kind of Moscow cake. If anyone can tell me, let me know in the comments about that. What I think is almost like a red velvet cake, but there is some places that call it a Moscow cake. They've even got some trays here with assortments. I'm pretty sure they've really honed down the selection in this place to things that people want to buy for lunch, take back to their office. There's even some Pellegrino up there. Now, being that this is a international company, they will have some imported goods, of course. That's only natural. Classic cola. I think I'd much rather go for the Schweppes personally. Plenty of different types of the energy drinks. I think they must sell quite a few in here, especially in the morning time. And there's even a refrigerator here with some dairy items, cheese, butter, eggs. Now, the fancy eggs are $1.30 for a pack of 10. They don't have a price on the home brand ones. I would say it's probably about $1 or 100 rubles. Quite a few choices of cheese. Now, somebody did ask me in another video, do they sell bacon in Russia? And this is definitely one type that you can get. I think a lot of these that they sell here, people have them as lunch items and aren't necessarily buying things to take home, just for an easy snack. I went to the Ochakova shop the other day. They have quite a few of the well-known products. They've even got steak here. I'm not sure if anyone has a grill at their office, but they do have that opportunity. The other thing they have, which is really neat in this place, is they've got a hot food takeaway. And I've actually eaten at many different EuroSpars, and in particular had their sushi. We'll have a look at that in a minute or two. There's also some more dairy items, yogurts, and cottage cheese. Where is my strawberry yogurt? Right there, 73 cents. This is one of my wife's favorite ones with the different flavoring in the bottom of them. Bottle of milk, you're paying just about $1 for a bottle of milk. Actually even less, 78 cents. So keep in mind, this is very much a convenience store, a very quick service takeaway type shop. They do say the word supermarket outside, but I think just based on the size of it, it's a little bit awkward to call it that. If you haven't met me before, I'm an Australian who lives here in Moscow region. I don't live in Moscow city. I would love to live in one of the skyscrapers though. However, I make videos about everyday life in Russia, and I want to show you what normal, typical life is. And this EuroSpar is very much normal and typical, and I hope you enjoy this video. One interesting way that they sell the food in here, and I think this might be in other spas in other countries, is they sell it by weight. So it's 70 rubles for 100 grams. That works out at $7 per kilo if you were really to buy more of it. There is also some juices here as well. So you can let them know how much you want, and then they do have different size containers. So you can get small, medium or large packaging of the food. So you can get some fried food if you want, French fries, onion rings, chicken nuggets. They've even got some dumplings right there, or pilmeni. And then there's a couple of staff running around. We'll walk around that a little bit more in a minute. They have some pastries as well. So 30 cents, 60 cents, very cheap for pastries. And then this is something that I've eaten quite a lot when I've come to these locations, is the pizza. And it's $1 a slice for the different pizzas, and they make them right here at the back. And as quick as they serve them, the lady puts together the next one. They have the counter back there where they put them together. Now the only thing with this location is it's very tiny, and a lot of people are really on a mission because they're on their lunch break when they come in here. So I'm getting in people's way. Okay, so the passage is cleared for me to get through to the other side. They've got some different sushi here, and quite often when I come to different parts of Moscow, I'll pop in and get some of this for takeaway to have at home. And then you can get yourself as many or as little as you like. They also have the condiments right on top here, so if you don't have anything, you can grab that as well. And this sushi is always very nice, and they're making it, I think, in the back as well. Depending on the size of the store you come to, they make it on the counter in the front here. Also different salads, very classic salads. Got Caesar right there. There is also vinaigrette, which is a very well-known Russian salad. And then And they've got coffee stations, so this is all help yourself. And then of course the easier thing is just to pay and head on out. You can do self-checkout, or there's the ladies over there doing the service. I was wondering if they have some bread. They have a little bit. I think where people just want to make some sandwiches, you can. Nice and easy. Got some chocolates. Even got some premium champagnes right there. If you haven't seen my previous video where I went to a couple of different liquor stores, definitely check that out. You'll be very amazed at the selection that you can get. Most of these chocolates are all imported and not domestic. Then have a look. This is what I really like about EuroSpar, how they like to pair the food and drinks together. So you can get yourself lunch and grab yourself a bottle of martini as well. I'm not sure how many bosses notice this in the break room in the towers where everybody works. So there's some chicken wings, potatoes, some chicken pieces. And if you want very classic Russian food, there is potatoes, and there's also some large dumplings as well. Over on the end there is kotlet, which is basically like a burger patty. It's the best way to describe it. There is also a nice wine selection. Now this is a very tiny store, and have a look, they've got some New Zealand wine right there. Let me just reverse out because I'm getting in everybody's way. So they have an alcohol section on the back wall of the shop, and they actually have pretty much anything you need. Just one of each though. They do have a nice selection of aged whiskies though, which is really interesting, the choices. But there is one of everything. Johnny Walker Red, very well known. And then also up here they've got Jack Daniels, Jim Beam. So a 700ml bottle, $23. Also Cointreau. And of course they have vodka and all of the brandies as well. They also have a fridge here with some chilled drinks, which you don't often see so many cold drinks, considering how cold it is outside, minus 12 today. And then everyone's coming in for some cold beer. They've got a Budweiser right there. Actually, bottle of Budweiser for less than $1. How good value is that? They've also got Corona up there. The one thing they do have on a lot of the ticketing in these stores is they've got country flags. So you'll see here the different products from different places. And that generally is across the whole store, on the wine section particularly. Fresh sandwiches. I think they've even got some turkey legs, perhaps? Or are they chicken legs? I'm not sure. Nice sandwiches. I've had these before in the store as well. So the coffee, basically you do your own coffee. The price list is right there based on the size, and then you just pay at the register. There's a lot of help yourself to the shops in Russia. Even if you want tea, it's basically hot water right here, and then you just get the tea bag that you want. Very simple. And come over to the candy section. My favorite Bounty right there. They also have quite a lot of different chewing gums in here, which you don't see too often in a lot of shops. So they've got one of everything. Again, this is called a supermarket, but for me this is a convenience store. So it's not really going to have people shopping for taking things home. They're going to eat it pretty much probably at work or somewhere nearby. And that's about it. It's really hard to walk around. So I'm just trying to be as polite as possible. Coffee and tea section. I think everybody knows Nescafe. They also have their own in-house brand as well. And a very classic tea and coffees. Even a healthy section. How healthy can we be? You can get some healthy chocolate. Some nice nuts though, and dried fruits. So I think they really do curate the selection in here down to what people want to eat for lunch, maybe breakfast, dinner, depending on the hours that they work. And they know what the high turnover items are, which makes complete sense. But more than enough choices. Walking around, I hope you get an idea on feel for how big the store is. It isn't really that big. I know the camera sometimes makes it feel bigger, and the staff in here must have a lot of patience for the fact that the lines never stop. You can also get ice cream as well, which is really nice. We want to know who the manager of the store is. There's a photo. Have a look, there's a grab and go fridge right here with Russian favorites. You can get black and red caviar. They've even got Jägermeister and absinthe in there. So maybe if you're wanting something a little bit stronger for lunch, rather than taking just a salad, you can get that as well. They've even got some personal care items. And then have a look in a matter of minutes how fast the line gets in this place. So there is self-checkout. I think most people know this shop and how busy it gets coming here. I really want to have a couple of slices of pizza, but I'm just wondering if I'll be able to get a chair or not. Sushi I don't want right now, but pizza I definitely want. So yeah, what do you think? How does this compare to your local convenience store? I don't want to call this a supermarket because it's really much smaller than what it really is. Let's squeeze through and see if we can get to the pizza and see what they've got. As I make my way out of the store, I just thought I'd do one more pan around, and I really want everybody to please try to compare what this place looks like and feels like, and how it might be similar to where you live. The selection, of course, can you get strawberries, mangoes, can you get cakes, champagne, alcohol, chicken nuggets. Now I did actually have a couple of slices of pizza, but at the same time while I was filming I met 3 subscribers of the channel, which was pretty hectic. And it's already busy again right here by the registers. I think possibly of my last 5 or 10 videos, this might be one of the shorter ones. Have a look behind me at the towers. It's a little bit hard to see because they're just so big. I really hope you've enjoyed this video and this walk around of EuroSpar. Check that out, a Hummer H2 right here in Moscow City. It's really quite a fascinating place to walk around and, you know, to see all of the buildings and the people that are coming and going here, because this really has that New York City, Manhattan feel to it. This London, central London feel when you walk around. But of course, we're in Moscow, Russia. So I hope it was a good little insight into what a Russian typical convenience store is. I think that's the best way to describe it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And to the people that were watching, or who are watching at home, who met me in the shop today, nice to see you. I'm trying not to get run over. There's a G-Wagon just behind me here. Yeah, thank you for saying hello and having a chat. It's nice to meet subscribers of the channel, and quite randomly on their lunch break in the center of Moscow City. If you want to follow me on Telegram, it's really easy. Just click this link. I post lots of my daily content or daily activities when I'm not making videos on there. It might be interesting to see some of the photos that I post. And then if you want to watch an old video on the channel, I'll post something interesting for you to watch here that you might have not seen before. Okay, everybody, I'm off on another adventure. Bye.